Your paycheck is not disappearing because you are careless with money while the week is still quiet. Most of it is already claimed before you even get a calm minute to choose, before stress gets a vote. That is why payday can feel exciting at breakfast and strangely tight by dinner without asking for perfect discipline. The problem is not the amount alone, it is the speed of the claims against it in the middle of ordinary life. If you do not slow that speed down, every raise starts feeling used before it arrives, before the next decision gets louder. So we're going to rebuild payday as a system instead of a mood when attention is already tired. A system is quieter than motivation, but it keeps working when your week gets loud, while the system can still help. It lets you decide once before a dozen small decisions start arguing, before small leaks become the month. It also makes the real spending number visible before your brain invents one, without turning money into punishment. The goal is not to make payday less hopeful, it is to make it less fragile when real bills stay real. When the structure is clear, the paycheck stops acting like a temporary high before urgency changes the story. It starts acting like a tool you can actually use while your future self still matters. The first number to calculate on payday is the already gone number, while the week is still quiet. That is the money with a job before your weekend has an opinion, before stress gets a vote. Rent may be quiet today, insurance may be quiet today, and subscriptions may be quiet today, without asking for perfect discipline. But quiet bills are still bills, and they are already standing in line in the middle of ordinary life. When you ignore that line, committed money disguises itself as available money before the next decision gets louder. That disguise is what makes a normal week feel like a money leak when attention is already tired. Subtract the already gone money before you make any flexible decision while the system can still help. You are not being pessimistic. You are refusing to count the same dollar twice before small leaks become the month. The remaining number may be smaller, but it is more honest without turning money into punishment. Honest numbers create better choices than impressive balances with hidden claims when real bills stay real. This one habit can turn payday from guessing into sorting before urgency changes the story. And sorting is where control starts to come back while your future self still matters. Next, build a claim map before your spending starts improvising while the week is still quiet. A claim map is not a full budget with 20 categories and daily shame before stress gets a vote. It is only the list of things that must be paid before preferences get a vote without asking for perfect discipline. Housing gets a lane, food gets a lane, transport gets a lane, debt gets a lane in the middle of ordinary life. Savings gets a lane before leftovers become the plan before the next decision gets louder. This matters because leftovers are usually what fatigue allows to survive when attention is already tired. A claim map makes saving a bill you owe your future stability while the system can still help. After that, flexible spending can exist without pretending it owns the whole paycheck before small leaks become the month. You do not need perfection here. You need the claims to stop hiding without turning money into punishment. Hidden claims create fake freedom, and fake freedom is expensive when real bills stay real. Visible claims create smaller choices, and smaller choices are easier to keep before urgency changes the story. That is the boring structure most people are missing on payday, while your future self still matters. The third move is adding speed breakers between income and impulse while the week is still quiet. Impulse wins when money can leave the same moment a feeling arrives before stress gets a vote. A speed breaker can be a separate account, a delayed transfer, or a 24-hour wait without asking for perfect discipline. The point is not to ban spending. The point is to make desire sit down first in the middle of ordinary life. When desire sits down, you can ask whether the purchase belongs to this paycheck before the next decision gets louder. Some purchases do belong there, and you should enjoy them without guilt when attention is already tired. But many purchases only look urgent because the balance is temporarily tall while the system can still help. That tall balance is not permission, it is traffic passing through before small leaks become the month. If you install one delay, you protect yourself from your most expensive hour of the week without turning money into punishment. For many people, that hour is Friday night after a hard week when real bills stay real. The money is real, the stress is real, but the first urge is not always accurate before urgency changes the story. A pause gives the adult part of your brain time to re-enter the room while your future self still matters. Design friction for the things that usually drain you while the week is still quiet. If delivery apps drain you, remove the saved card or move the app out of reach before stress gets a vote. If online shopping drains you, make the cart wait until morning light without asking for perfect discipline. If social plans drain you, decide the social lane before invitations arrive in the middle of ordinary life. Friction is architecture for the version of you who gets tired before the next decision gets louder. The easier a habit is, the more often it happens under stress, when attention is already tired. So make the good habit easy, and the expensive reflex slightly annoying while the system can still help. Automatic savings is easy. Pre-planned groceries are easy, and a buffer is easy to respect before small leaks become the month. Impulse should have to knock twice before it gets inside your month without turning money into punishment. That tiny inconvenience can save more money than another complicated spreadsheet when real bills stay real. Complication fails when life gets busy. Friction keeps working quietly before urgency changes the story. Your system should help you most when your attention is weakest while your future self still matters. Give each paycheck a reset day, not a tracking marathon while the week is still quiet. A reset day can take 15 minutes if the lanes are simple before stress gets a vote. First, move the already gone money where it belongs without asking for perfect discipline. Second, move savings before flexible spending starts negotiating in the middle of ordinary life. Third, pick one flexible number until the next paycheck before the next decision gets louder. That number is not a moral score. It is a boundary for peace when attention is already tired. If the number is too low, adjust the system instead of pretending discipline fixes math while the system can still help. If the number is generous, still give it a lane so it does not leak everywhere before small leaks become the month. Then protect one small buffer from everyday drama without turning money into punishment. This buffer is not your vacation fund and not your treat fund when real bills stay real. It keeps one bad Tuesday from borrowing from next Friday before urgency changes the story. Calm is not a luxury in personal finance. Calm is a strategy, while your future self still matters. Judge payday by how much room it creates, not how big it looks while the week is still quiet. A paycheck can look smaller after boundaries and still make life feel larger before stress gets a vote. That is the trade most people miss when they only chase a bigger deposit without asking for perfect discipline. More money helps, but more money, without a system, just moves faster in the middle of ordinary life. The goal is not to make payday exciting forever before the next decision gets louder. The goal is to make payday less fragile after the excitement fades when attention is already tired. So when money lands, do not ask what you can buy first while the system can still help. Ask what already has a claim, what needs protection, and what can wait one day before small leaks become the month. That question turns a paycheck from a rush into a plan without turning money into punishment. And a plan that survives ordinary weeks is worth more than another payday high when real bills stay real. You do not need a perfect personality to keep your money from scattering before urgency changes the story. You need a payday structure that tells the truth before stress starts talking while your future self still matters.